G'day, welcome back. This is a big episode. It's finally time to paint the ute. In fact, I've already painted it. It's sitting in front of me now and I can see the result. Was it good or was it bad? All right, so I've taped up once again. Worst job in the world. Taking my time, and because of that, it's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I don't think I'm going to risk painting it because it gets dark and cold by about 4:30. So considering I've got to probably leave about 15 to 20 minutes in between each coating, if we do 4 coats of base coat and then 3 of clear, it's going to be nudging dusk, so I don't want insects to come out like we all know what happened last time. So tomorrow is going to be exactly the same weather, so I'm just going to rest easy today. At least I've done one section, go over it, really check the tape, and then I can just, because I've still got to clean it, you know, with metho and water, and then I've got to degrease it as well. That's going to take, you know, probably a good hour. So by the time I get spraying, plus mixing it up, getting the gun ready, like it's just rushed. So yeah, got to call it. It's not, there's not much room to move on these cold days, especially when you lose light early. So yeah, so basically I've taped all the bottom sections there. I didn't have any foam, but I've just back taped it. Done it as best I can. Back taped all along here. It's not going to be perfect, that's for sure, but good enough. I've also got the little diesel heater pumping out really hot air. So this booth is actually probably about 24 degrees at the moment. And I've just got the unit sitting out there with the exhaust and fanning out, so it's not blowing in any diesel fumes or carbon monoxide. I don't have a carbon monoxide reader, but I've been in here for a good couple of hours and I'm not dead, so that's a good sign. So got the mesh there and the filters, got that filter. And here's a little unit here. So pumping away. It's a really efficient little thing. It's hardly used any fuel. It's been on for hours and it's only used, what, a centimetre from the top. It's just a little 12 volt battery. It's running out of juice, so I put the C-Tech on it. So I really wanted to get it sprayed, but yeah, it's just not worth it. All this effort and rushing it at the end, so you're better off just chilling out for the rest of the day. Walk into it tomorrow, fresh. Don't have to worry about all that taping crap. Just worry about painting it. Oh, she's a beautiful day today. 18 degrees, no wind. No excuse. So I've got the paint out in the sun. It's been sitting there for a good hour. So that's it was a frost last night, so I just wanted to make sure that it was not freezing. And that would be, yeah, sitting around about 18 degrees at the moment, I reckon. And I'll put the HJ45 to work. So yeah, I've got the heater cranking, got the exhaust there, ready to go. Cleaned up my paint bench, so it's ready to go. Got this new zip off eBay. So you just stick it on the plastic and then cut it down. Really handy actually. And inside the booth, there's no sauna in here, but it's definitely warmer than outside. So I reckon it'd be about 20 degrees. Yeah, it was about 0 last night, so it's taken everything a little while to thaw out. It's about 11:45 now, so I've just been timing it to hit it around midday, just to make sure that the shed's as warm as possible. It's going to take me around about, calculated around about 3 hours to paint this from go to woe. So I don't want to be finishing it in the dark. Gets dark about 5, so finish at about 3. Still got a good, you know, couple of hours of warm weather to let the clear go off. If I keep this booth, you know, I've warmed it up to enough now that it should be right. So I've gone over with metho, 50% metho, 50% water. I'm waiting for that to dry off completely. And then I'm just going to do one last run over with the prep wash. And then, to say I'm nervous is an understatement, so I've just got to get into it. I've been delaying this long enough, so it's time to go. Step up to the plate and do it. And got to be confident that you're going to do a good job. So I'm pretty confident we're going to do a good job and lay it down, and all the hard work's done. This is the easy part, so stay tuned. Alright, so I've got the metallic down, and at the start I was really nervous because I could see all the fine lines and stuff when I did the first coat. But yeah, 4 coats in now and she's settled in nicely. There's probably a little bit of undulation, but not much. It's pretty good. I think once the clear's on, it should be fine. I'm pretty happy, and I'm not going to be happy until it's done. So I'll give it another 5 minutes and then it's clear time. Finished result. It looks a lot browner in this room on a larger surface area, but I think you'll get elements of that sort of gunmetal coming in once you get the sun. But thoughts on it? Overall, I'm really happy with it. Certainly for the flat areas, I've saved myself a lot of buffing and polishing because there's hardly any orange peel on that roof at all. And also with the cowl panel. The pros are that, yeah, there's some really good coverage on the roof, and even on the tops of the quarter panels. Really happy with the way it's come down there as well. The rear came up really nice. And basically anything that was sort of flat, you know, it's easier. This one's got a little bit of orange peel, but pretty good. Other side of the roof. So I managed to hardly get any crap in it as well. There's a few little flecks here and there, but not much. There's a little bit of flecks here. But overall, yeah, so 4 coats of metallic, 4 coats of clear. Firewall does have a few dribbles on it. It's got some, this is all clear by the way, some dribbles there and some dribbles there. I think most of that's going to be hidden anyway. Maybe that one would be slightly hidden, but I think you can get clear out with some cutting compound and maybe a razor blade and things like that. This, so that is the con on it. Another con is there's some orange peel on the quarters. They're so much harder to get right. Can't really see much here, but yeah, once again, can't be too hard on myself considering the task at hand, especially in the low light conditions. But you know, as far as the panel work's concerned, I mean, I'm really happy with it. It's held up. So with the clear on it, held up beautifully. So I'm happy with my body work. Another major con was because I'm right-handed. It's really hard to get into these areas here, and so big flaw was this area here. You can still see primer there. So I've missed that entirely, that little pillar, and even maybe slightly bit there. But yeah, that's probably the best place to have it, because when I'm doing the doors, I'll just tape up on the edge there and in the middle and just recoat that. So I'm not worried about that at all. Be able to fix that up as long as it's all the major structured panels are done. And I'm really, really happy that they went off without a hitch. I think the biggest risk, as I mentioned last time, and everyone's been telling me, was laying up the metallic without the mottling and the banding, which I think I've achieved, you know. These side pillars came up all right. The door jambs came up beautifully. I really went close with the gun on the clear. Found that like 2 inches away, I was really just holding it there, and it created a flood of clear and just glassed over that way, and that way it's reduced the orange peel. I found I couldn't do that on the quarters because it just was going to run, and it did run here. So that's the other con, is I got a run there and a slight run there and down there. So I've got a little bit of cleanup to do with the clear, but the metallic went down beautifully, so I'm not concerned about having to respray it. But you can see the panel works stood up really well in that quarter. You know, and this is off the gun, there's no polishing or anything yet, so I know that, yeah, you can do a lot of polishing and buffing to get it even better finish. And there's some orange peel on this quarter, but not a huge amount. And yeah, and a couple of runs near where the tarp holes are, so I'll have to, as part of the buffing process, do that. Worst case scenario, you know, you could polish it back and then flow coat it to reapply those areas. But yeah, I don't want to push my luck. So anyway, really happy. Such a massive undertaking yesterday. It was a 5-hour marathon from start to finish, and really just got in by the skin of my teeth in the end. And it was really dropping, temperature was dropping fast. So I was lucky that I had that diesel heater. So anyway, I'm going to start taking this tape off now. So I want to get it while it's still a little bit tacky and not fully cured. And then see how it looks with all this overspray off it. So anyway, I'm just going to put the wheels back on it and wheel it out to the sun, because I just wanted to get it to really cure. And it's a nice ray of sunshine there, so it's like just put it in the sun for an hour or two and see it really cure it up. Out of the booth and really get to see the fruits of the labour now. It's a bit hard to see in that light. Wheels definitely letting it down, but you can see it's quite dark. I think if I was to get it right out in the sun, you'd start to see that more of a bronzy colour. But no, it looks clean. Definitely looks clean. I'm wrapped actually. Hey mate, what are you doing? So there it is. Yeah, the wheels are next. Let's get some nice new wheels, just really set it off. But it wasn't that long ago I was standing at this door right here in a world of pain because I couldn't get the gaps right, and now I'm looking at a spray job, finished spray job. Couldn't be happier. Obviously got to do the doors and the guards, but this was really the one that was worrying me. Just needed to get this right. And then I don't have to worry now. So yeah, as I mentioned, it's not perfect. It's got some runs along here. Just quite a decent run there. Yeah, no, it's come up bloody ripper. Love it. Another dribble there. Thanks for sticking with me, everyone. This is pretty much the whole exercise was to get to this point, and finally here, so I couldn't be happier. Well, there you have it. That's done. A combination of 4 years of hard work, blood, sweat and tears, learning and applying those skills. It's like I mentioned the other day, it's like a self-taught apprenticeship. I've had to basically teach myself how to paint and fabricate in order to get the result first crack at the bat. So yeah, I really couldn't be happier. It's come out as good as I could have possibly hoped for, and it's just going to save me so much time and having to redo something if something went bad. So it was bloody nerve-wracking, but I finally got it done. So for all those that have stuck through the whole build process, thanks for sticking with me. I mentioned the other day, it's not me that painted this ute, it's about 30 people on YouTube that painted this ute with the advice, and you know, without it, I wouldn't have been able to get this result. So I appreciate all the help and the feedback, and it's been so far one hell of a journey and still got a fair bit to go. But engine update, I'm actually picking the engine up in about 2.5 weeks and going to get it potentially dynoed while I'm over there and bring it back. And so, you know, guards, doors, engine, they can move very quickly from this point forward. So yeah, I reckon this thing will be on the road before you know it. Thanks again. I'll see you. Give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.